It's smarter to be on SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Pharrell Coast to Coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from three on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live. Prime time.
We got not one, but two coaches fired systems in place.
SportsRage late
sort of
night.
has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. The Bostonian versus the Book.
That was Aaron Rodgers' thing. It's your quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
It's a luxury pick. We don't have the luxury. We're trying to win right now. I'm in a window right now, and you're going to say, no, we're going to plan this for the future. With a guy who had 4 seasons ended by injury. 4. Like, Michael Penix is a walking injury. Like, what are you doing taking him in the top 10?
The Bostonian versus the Book.
And now you have to qualify in these majors. You got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness. And I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. Mm-hmm. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
Level 2, this is SportsRage, Sirius XM, Channel 159 on the SportsGrid Radio and Television Networks. Let's do a quick score check right now. Major League Baseball, 11-3 for the Reds in the top of the ninth inning. They're up to 14 runs. It's 11-3 right now, top of 9. 1-1, San Diego and Los Angeles, the Angels. We got the under 7.5 in this game. It's currently 5.5 right now. We're in the middle of the 6th, tied at 1. And the Angels are minus 130. San Diego are plus 100. The Astros have come back on the Cardinals. It's now 7-4, and they're 200 to 1, which is pretty crazy, actually. You get 20 to 1 on the St. Louis Cardinals right now. But it is the bottom of the 8th inning, and they're down by 3. They're plus 1,800. It just dropped to. And Arizona are up on the Giants 2-1. The D-backs are minus 270, bottom of the 6th inning right now. Total is 5.5. College baseball, top of 7. UConn Huskies leading Oklahoma 6-0. In-game total 9.5, minus 140 to the over. And UConn continue to lay 5.5 runs in this game, pitching a shutout so far. Very impressive. It's interesting, though. UConn only have 6 hits. Oklahoma have 5 hits, but it's 6-0. UConn have played the long ball tonight. They've hit a couple of home runs tonight. UConn Huskies on the verge of advancing, potentially up 6-0 right now. All right, we got another tweet that I saw today from the Best of X, and this is a sweet parlay that I wish I had. Roll it. All right, so this is a great parlay that somebody put together. Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, Real Madrid to win the Champions League, Edmonton Oilers to win the Stanley Cup. They bet $1,000. And it pays back $584,000. Over $500,000 now on the Edmonton Oilers. Now, I always say you don't hedge, but
Come on.
listen, I don't know how easy it is to hedge for the guy to come up with a $250,000 here, but he could. Like there's prop swap. There's the website that people will buy it. There's ways that around this. There's too much money at stake not to cash out here, in my opinion. You're getting $584,000. I personally would hedge it out, but then just drop like another $50K on the Oilers or something on top of it to win the cup. So either way, I'm walking away with like $250,000. And if the Oilers win, I win another $100K, and I live with the fact that I gave up $184,000. But it's pretty risky to go into this thing and not hedge it at all and miss out and not win anything when there's $584,000 on the line. Let's bring in George Kurtz here and let's get the parlay back up. Look at this parlay, Kurtz. Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, winner. Real Madrid to win Champions League, winner. I'll tell you what, this guy's a patient son of a bitch because this is like really spread out. And the Stanley Cup, Edmonton Oilers 11-1, $1,000, $584,000 backwards. Got to figure out a way to hedge this.
Yeah, as much as I'd like gambling, I'm not gambling $584,000. I think when you had it is about right. I'd want to figure out a way. I'd probably want to figure out a way to cover my mortgage, right, to pay off the house, which would be around $300,000 I have left. So that's what I'd be doing here. How can I get a guaranteed $300,000 or close to that? That's what I'd be looking for. Pay the house off, I'd be thrilled. The extra, if the Oilers would have won, I end up sacrificing $250,000. I can live with myself knowing that my house is free and clear.
No, what you have to do is pretty clear. Look, it's minus 130, so it's pretty straightforward. You have to put $260,000 down to win $200K. But who has $260K? Like, I mean, the guy must have money if he bet $1,000 parlay, but I don't know if he's got $250,000 lying around.
I'm married with children. I don't.
You'd have to put it on multiple books. It wouldn't even be like a book. Like a book would be like, we're not taking that much.
Good call, Morency. I don't know. I wonder what the maxes are. He'd have to spread it around big time.
Probably like $50K here, $50K there type thing.
I'm
not saying there wouldn't be one book. Someone would. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But they wouldn't like it. Like some online books would be like, no, we're not taking. If you read the fine print, some of them will say, you know, no more than 60,000 and stuff like that. 50, usually 50 is kind of a thing. But yeah, I'm not saying Circa wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But who has, you know, $250,000 cash just to bust out to hedge that?
If you made that like a place like, let's say, DraftKings, I wonder what the buyout would be. And what would be the buyout? Well, what would you accept as a buyout?
It's interesting. It would probably, you figure, would probably be about $300,000 to begin with, actually.
That's what I'm
thinking,
right?
I don't know when it's that much money if they want to do that. When it's that much money, they don't have to cash out, right? Sometimes it's locked, sometimes it isn't with this stuff. They might figure, you know what, he's going to lose, so we don't want to pay him anything. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't see any cash out offered on his ticket there, for the record.
Yeah, it is. But you figure it would be 30% of 584 is 116, 174, about 175,000. That's 400. So if they offered him, they would still be making mathematical sense over 300.
It would probably be like 225, 250. Like, put it this way. It would be the math. And they're not that massive of underdogs, right? It's minus 130.
Exactly. 130.
Right? So, yeah.
30% would be 30% of 584 is about 175,000. 175 minus that is 413. So if they offered 350,
they wouldn't give them that. They wouldn't give the 413.
But if they offered 300, you're still ahead mathematically. Right? And this is not
the story.
Like everyone's going to go, Florida's going to win this. I mean, Everton could very well win this. That wouldn't shock anybody.
I'm telling you what, though. These parlays are the way to go. And, man, I remember we talked about one around the Super Bowl, actually. There was a dude, same thing. He was very patient, man. He had the World Series winner or whatever. Like, you just play the leagues, basically. And you got to wait for the cycle to play. Remember, it was a guy, that's what it was. You had the Yukon Huskies, the Kansas City Chiefs. Man, the stupid Chiefs. All these people taking the Chiefs, man. The freaking Chiefs win for them. Because I remember the basketball guy with UConn was like, oh, you had the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl and UConn and whatever. I was like, oh, God, Chiefs. These people put the Chiefs in. But if you got to be patient with it. This guy was really patient, though. Super Bowl in February, Champs League in June, Stanley Cup June. So February to June. It's not that bad, actually. For 580, but he had to play he played the Chiefs earlier in the year, obviously, at plus 650. Because he would have got a better number. People didn't think the Chiefs were going to win the Super Bowl mid-season last year.
No, they
right?
did not.
So he only got plus 650. So he clearly played that before the year started. Real, same thing, before the Champ League started at 550. And Oilers, beginning of the year at 11-1, or when they were down or something. I don't know. because they weren't 11-1 to start the year.
What if,
hell of a
but if
bet.
he would have waited until they collapsed? Well, they had a terrible October. He would have gotten a better number than that.
It goes to show, though, it doesn't take that much money, like, to hit one of these big parlays. You just have to have the balls to do it. Like, you know what I mean? People bet $1,000 on a bunch of stupid games in a night or two, and it'll be like, well, I can't put $1,000 on a parlay like that. Well, wouldn't you rather put $1,000 on a parlay like this and give yourself a chance to win $500,000?
We're
As
not a
opposed
patient
to just,
society.
you know?
We're not a patient society. We're the microwave society. We want now. I mean, just think how things
I'm with
progress.
Morency. I might not put 1,000 on it, but this
I
is the
agree.
way to
I
go
agree.
now.
I agree with Gabe.
We got to start
We're not
doing this
patient.
stuff all the time, even for like $200-$300. Like, if you can do it, let's do it. Like, these things get it's the way to go. I'm with you, Gabe. I like, look at this guy. Guy puts $1,000 down and went over $500,000, and these things are very reasonable. Like, the things that he picked can happen. Like, it's not like he's throwing darts.
Well, even now,
darts, right? We didn't think Kansas City was going to win the Super Bowl. Most people didn't. And we didn't think Everton would win the Stanley Cup. He threw some darts. So it all
they were
hit
bold
for him.
picks. They were bold picks. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? But it wasn't crazy. Like,
no.
He took amongst
It wasn't
the
the
favorites.
Islanders winning the Stanley Cup. Okay, I get it.
No.
You know, Everton was a
Or
legitimate
even the
shot.
Panthers. But I tell you what, I don't know. I like to know the date, actually. I don't see on the ticket the date. But the Oilers he must have gotten the Oilers when they were struggling a little bit earlier in the year at 11-1.
I'm guessing it's preseason. Because when they were struggling,
they were amongst
playoffs.
They were amongst the favorites, though, bro. Like before the year started, they were like plus 600, plus 500.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Pharrell coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from three on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live. Prime time.
We got not one, but two coaches fired systems in place.
SportsRage
This
late
sort of
night.
has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. The Bostonian versus the Book.
That was Aaron Rodgers' thing. Took a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
It's a luxury pick. We don't have the luxury. We're trying to win right now. I'm in a window right now, and you're going to say, no, we're going to plan this for the future. With a guy who had 4 seasons ended by injury. 4. Like, Michael Penix is a walking injury. Like, what are you doing taking him in the top 10?
The Bostonian versus the Book.
And now you have to qualify, and these majors, you got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness, and I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I'm Morency, the Pittsburgh players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between. George Kurtz in the house with us. We're just talking about that monster parlay that this dude put together with Real Madrid. And, man, Real Madrid are unbelievable. And now they got Mbappe as well today. It's official. Real Madrid won the Champions League again, and it's almost just stupid now. Like, they've won 6 Champions Leagues in, like, the last 11 years. You want to talk about like a dynasty? And we're not talking about like one league, man. The Champs League is the best of the best, and they just continuously beat you all the time. And it's always a close game until it isn't. It'll be like scoreless, and you're like, man, all right, we're really hanging with these guys. And then they always just score late. Like it's like clockwork. Boom, boom. They score it like they like the drama. They score a couple of late goals. And it's a dominant team. And now they add arguably, the best player in the world in Mbappe. I guess he probably is the best player in the world right now, with all due respect to Messi. Messi's in the MLS, so let's be real. Like, I mean, Mbappe's the best player in the world right now.
Dortmund too, Gabe. They were hanging like when you're just hitting like 6 bars and stuff. Like they were one of the luckiest teams like ever. Like it was a great story and all. But Real Madrid is totally out. Yeah, totally. Like you knew Real Madrid was going to take out Dortmund. They had a couple lucky wins there, but good on Real Madrid, man. They get it done when you said it. Just legacy champions. They're the best.
So a combination now of the NBA and the NHL. If you like the Edmonton Oilers and the Dallas Mavericks, it's plus 488. Oilers to win the Cup, Mavericks to win the NBA championship is plus 488. Edmonton Oilers and the Boston Celtics, not a great price, plus 205. Let's go Boston Celtics and Florida Panthers for those of you that want that combination. It won't be very good. It'll be the same thing. It's not going to be very good here. It'll be like plus 220 or something. Not even, what the hell am I saying? Plus 157. God.
No, that sucks. Pass.
Plus 157. Dude, Cam, I'm getting plus 141 for both these series to go over 5.5 games.
Exactly.
I don't even have to pick a winner. Like plus 157. Like, are you kidding me? Both these series are toss-ups, and you're getting plus 157 to win them both? That's terrible.
Great point. That's an
Terrible
education
odds.
on gambling there. This guy, so what are you telling me? I agree both series, like nobody's blowing out anybody in the NBA or hockey. They're probably both going to go 6. Or
a fair
maybe
price Cam would be
too.
plus 250. Like, honestly, to win 2. It's not easy to pick both winners, and you're getting plus 157.
157? I'm not even getting 2 to 1. That is a
I would
shame
laugh
job.
it up if I was in a book to their face. I'd be like, I'm not playing this ticket.
Actually,
Put it back. Avoid this. I don't want that. I don't want that.
I'm with you. It's a horrible bet at that price. Like, you got to add somebody from tennis. Like, I can't even get that thing over 2. By the way, Djokovic got banged up tonight. Hey, Morency, you see the line on his match? It's a pick 'em. He might not play. Injured at the French Open today. A lot of crazy matches going to distance
he was
as well.
He was plus 700 today. I tweeted it out. He was plus 700 at one point in his match.
Yep.
He was down 2 sets to 1, and he was down 4-3. He was about to lose, and it was plus 700. And I'm like, I thought he was going to lose. I wasn't betting it. I was watching college baseball, so I sort of tuned in as he was losing. What I saw, I was like, oh damn, man, he's down. So I tuned in. I saw it on the sports book. They had the video of it. They broadcast it, and I was like, oh, I'm going to watch this on TV. And I didn't think he was going to win. It seemed like he was about to lose, and I was betting on baseball and stuff. I had stuff going on. And then, like tennis, man, it switches fast. Next thing you knew, it was plus 250. Next thing you knew, it was like minus 115. And then it just like, he came back.
Everybody's point, you could have got him.
Quits that guy.
That's the thing. Let's give him credit for
and
what
another
it is.
thing,
He was
Cam,
hurt.
he did his little thing where he pretends he's hurt and he takes a timeout. He did it like 10 times today. He broke the momentum. He was about to lose, and he was like, "Oh, I need a minute, my knee." And I was like, dude, like, and it was like, and it worked. It works. It's the old Nadal trick. It works.
It sure does. And I'll tell you another thing, Gabe. That Zverev match, that's the only thing. I was wrong with college baseball. I took Oklahoma State. By the way, is Oklahoma, you said they're losing to UConn. This could be a horrible day for the state of Oklahoma. Oklahoma State got doubled up by Florida. The Gators beat them. We talk about the SEC and UConn over Oklahoma State. I lost that game, but Zverev was over 2-1 in his match with Rune. And I'll tell you, these dogs live in tennis is the way to go, man, because you said it, Gabe, you break them one time, that line flips. It's a very, very good sport for live betting.
It's crazy line swings in tennis. UConn Huskies are beating Oklahoma 6-0. Like I said, Oklahoma I think they were minus 300, actually. UConn, because I got plus 2.5 runs with UConn at minus 115 before the game started. I thought, I should take them on the money line. I was like, no, but I'm getting 2.5, and I think they can win this game. And but I didn't think it was going to be 6-0. I got the under 14.5 as well. It's in-game total 8.5 right now. This will be a rarity, though. I've lost more than I've won betting college baseball over the weekend. It's random as hell, this stuff. It's annoying. Teams blow leads all the time. I gave everybody 8 futures. I only won 3 of them. I went 3 and 5. A couple of them were underdogs, though. Like, I had a plus 160 and a plus 130 and stuff like that. But so I'd like to end with a win here with UConn, Cam. I got UConn at least, and I had Oklahoma State today to win the region, and I needed them to beat Florida today. They lost.
Yeah, me too.
And then I had
That's the game I bet on.
I had LSU against North Carolina. They were up 3-2 going into the 9th, and freaking Tar Heels scored 2 runs in the 9th.
No, I wish we had like that parlay gambler. Memorial Cup, shocker. Saginaw Spirit to beat London Knights. Oh my God, they were big dogs, man, and they got it done.
It was in Saginaw, home ice.
Home team. Yeah, the Spirit beating the London Knights, upset city. That was crazy. Great game.
So 1-1 in San Diego and Los Angeles right now. We'll get George's baseball thoughts. We'll get the Stanley Cup picks. I'm going to keep track of the picks that people give. So it's the first night of the week here. Cam Stewart, Florida Panthers. Joe Madden, Florida Panthers. As I stated, I saw PK Subban on Pat McAfee's show today. Although that's not what people are talking about if Pat's show today. PK Subban's interviews kind of flew under the radar. This is SportsRage.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Pharrell, coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from 3 on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live, prime time.
We got not 1, but 2 coaches fired systems in place.
SportsRage
This
late
sort of
night.
has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. The Bostonian versus the Book.
That was Aaron Rodgers' thing. Took a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
It's a luxury pick. We don't have the luxury. We're trying to win right now. I'm in a window right now, and you're going to say, no, we're going to plan this for the future. With a guy who had 4 seasons ended by injury. 4. Like, Michael Penix is a walking injury. Like, what are you doing taking him in the top 10?
The Bostonian versus the Book.
And now you have to qualify, and these majors, you got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness, and I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency, the pips, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between. So it's 2-2 San Francisco and the D-backs, and 1-1 San Diego and the Angels. I got the under 7.5 in the Angel game. In-game total is currently 4.5 right now. And it's 6.5 in the D-backs, and the Giants tied at 2. in the top of the 8th inning. Still 6-0 for UConn right now, also in the top of the 8th inning. In-game total is 8.5 right now. There's no value jumping in. It was 14.5, but doesn't seem like this game hasn't moved in a long time. It almost feels like this game's going to end 6-0, to be honest, in the college baseball. That will get you the updated bracket. So we went over the finals and what they pay when you mix them up together. I like my parlay better, over 5.5 games in both series. NBA over 5.5, NHL over 5.5, plus 141. George, what's your prediction for the Stanley Cup Finals?
Yeah, I guess I'm going with the rest of the guests here. I want Florida as well. I'm going to go Florida in 7 here. I don't feel great about it, so I kind of like your over 5.5 games would be a better play, because I wouldn't shock me at all if Edmonton wins. I don't think this is an easy one for Florida whatsoever. They have experience. They've been there before. I hate the fact that we have a week off here. I don't know why we do this. So, it was exciting, right? And now we got to wait till Saturday before this thing gets started again. Does that hurt one team more than the other? It helped one team more than the other here? I said, I don't feel great. I don't care how well Skinner played last night, and he played fantastic, stole that game here. I don't trust either goaltender here. Edmonton, power play, great. Florida, number 2 penalty kill. Should be interesting to see if that takes effect. Will the refs let them play here? Either way, I'm going with Florida in 7. My favorite play is probably Game 1. I'm going to take the over in Game 1. I think it's going to take a little bit of the game. Like I said, I don't trust the goaltenders here. And I'll most likely have my favorite player in the NHL, Zach Hyman, for an anytime goal.
I got to be honest. I don't understand how you can say you don't trust the goaltenders at this point in time. Bobrovsky just played very good against the Rangers. And Skinner, they had 35 shots on goal last night, George. Skinner's been rock solid for the last 10 days or so, 2 weeks now.
But now he has 6 days off. Now I just don't know. I don't trust Skinner, and I don't know how many people actually do trust Skinner. By the way, I have a thing against Bobrovsky. I haven't trusted that guy for years as far as that's concerned. He's going to face a better guy. The Rangers are a power play team. All right, that's what they are. We knew that coming in, right? That they don't play well 5-on-5. Refs didn't call a ton of penalties in that series. I don't think they will in the finals either. And I think that helps hurt, or I should say, I think that hurt the Rangers tremendously here. They're going to have to figure out their 5-on-5 play here. I just like the over. I'm not going to bet under 5.5, not until I see how these two teams played. Have we ever seen a team, by the way, think about it, the Edmonton Oilers, who changed their identity in the playoffs? I mean, they literally changed their identity from a wide open team to a defensive team. Like they were holding this the whole time. Like they had this whole card. Now they're fantastic. I don't. Can you remember another team in any sport that changed their identity in the middle of the playoffs?
I think it's more a byproduct of the playoffs. I think it's just, you know what? And I've been watching a million things. The Oiler players were talking about the Dallas Stars series, and they talked about how freaking hard it was. Like last night, like they were talking about last night's game, and he said, man, he goes, we couldn't get anything going against them because they were all over us the whole time. And he said, trust me, we tried, but he goes, Dallas are really hard to, he goes, we were just on our heels the whole time. But I get what you're saying. They've definitely tightened things up. And they did as the season was progressing, George. It wasn't just an over, I wouldn't say it was in the playoffs, right? They played their style, but Skinner was shakier before. Yet right now, and these are the numbers of Skinner right now. Stuart Skinner, last 8 games, 6-2 record. His goals against average 1.81, his save percentage 9.20. And I said it earlier, George, Skinner has gotten better. Like he struggled against the Canucks a bit. They took him out, they put him back in, and he's been rock solid since. He keeps on getting better every game. The numbers speak for themselves. 9.20 save percentage his last 8 starts. And the Oilers as a whole, George, keep on getting better as the playoffs go on. Last night wasn't the prettiest game for them. They got ambushed, but they won. And you look at the game that they beat Dallas 2 games ago, they played near perfect hockey, bro, on the road. They completely just dominated Dallas on the road. You look at the Canucks series, they took over Game 6 and Game 7. They took over. And the Canucks were good, but the Oilers are starting to dial it up a notch now, guys. Like they're playing their best hockey right now in the playoffs. They do have a week off. We'll see how that affects them, but I don't think it hurts them.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Pharrell coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from three on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live. Prime time.
We got not one, but two coaches fired systems in place.
SportsRage
This
late
sort of
night.
has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. The Bostonian versus the Book.
That was Aaron Rodgers' thing. Took a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
It's a luxury pick. We don't have the luxury. We're trying to win right now. I'm in a window right now, and you're going to say, no, we're going to plan this for the future. With a guy who had 4 years, 4 seasons ended by injury. 4. Like, Michael Penix is a walking injury. Like, what are you doing taking him in the top 10?
The Bostonian versus the Book.
And now you have to qualify, and these majors, you got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness, and I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. All right, we can all have opinions, but numbers don't have opinions. They're nothing but numbers and facts. So these are the statistical breakdown here. Some interesting numbers for the Stanley Cup. Very evenly matched. The Edmonton Oilers score 3.5 exactly goals per game in the postseason. The Panthers score 3.24 goals per game. They both have a goal differential of plus 16, which is pretty interesting. So they're dead even. They both outscored their opponents by 16 goals in the playoffs. To me, and I said this before, the special teams is going to be a big difference here. The Edmonton Oilers are scoring 37.3% of the time on the power play in the playoffs. So that's an incredibly high percentage. The Florida Panthers score 23% of the time on the power play. The Edmonton Oilers have killed off 28 consecutive penalties. They've killed 93.9% of their penalty kills in the postseason this year. That's unbelievable. The Florida Panthers, great penalty kill as well. 88%, but 37 is better than 23 last I checked. And 93 is better than 88 last I checked. So like Edmonton are better at both facets of the special teams. I just talked about the goaltending with Skinner over his last 8 games, 920 save percentage. Edmonton are a load to deal with, guys. Like this is going to be, and I brought this up earlier, Kurtz. The big thing for me is I think the Western Conference is better than the Eastern Conference. I think the Eastern Conference is slower, and the Rangers are not a fast team. The Boston Bruins are not a fast team. Suddenly the Panthers are going to have to deal, look like what the Oilers went through. You know, fast teams that hit, just a different world in the West, bro. I think the Oilers are going to show it that the West is better, George. I remember I've been talking about the Western Conference winning all year. I'm standing my ground. I think the West is best.
If I was just going to play devil's advocate, now I agree the West is better. All right, so I'm not going to argue against you there, just for the hell of it. I think the West has been better all year, and it was always going to be a rough road. Whoever get to the Stanley Cup was going to be a rough road in the West. That being said, the Oilers have had it easier. You put up all the numbers, and those numbers are all true, but you played the Kings, far from an offensive dynamo. Vancouver was a beat-up team, right? They didn't have Demko. You didn't have Beza for Game 7 here. And I think the Dallas Stars, who had a rougher road, just ran out of gas, think they just ran out of gas. Although last night, maybe they were trying to prove me wrong because they did dominate that game, but Skinner stole it. So I might bring that up. That being said, I'm thinking to go 7 games, and I don't feel great about it. All right, but I'm going to take Florida. I thought Florida was the best team in the NHL, better than the Rangers, up until about a month left in the regular season. Then I thought they took their foot off the gas for whatever reason, and they sort of coasted the last month.
We all know that President's Cup doesn't mean anything, though.
Yeah, very true. The numbers tell you it doesn't, right? The team never wins. Yep. It's some teams think it's cursed, right? That you don't want to win that cup.
Dude, team hasn't won since the Blackhawks.
You don't want to do it now. You don't want that trophy. It's bad.
There's something about it. I think, I don't know, you know what it is? You probably wear yourself out. I don't know if there was any explanation to it. You showed up every night. You played so well throughout the year. I used to see it with the Toronto Raptors in the playoffs in the old days. The Raptors used to be like really good all the time in the regular season. And I sort of clued in. It's like, they're not great. It's just they outwork you in the regular season. They show up every night. So then they get to the playoffs and they don't really have a next level. And hard work, you're not just going to win in the playoffs and hard work. Like, you need to take it to the next step. You sort of see teams like that where the regular season wears them out. And that could have been the case. The Rangers aren't the youngest team either, guys. The Rangers, in fact, like, dude, their average age was nearly 30 or something stupid like that. They're pretty old.
You said it, Morency, too. So the Blackhawks in 2012-13, so we're talking over a decade, and before that it was the Red Wings in 2007. So we're talking like
yeah, so they're not really the best teams in the league because you finished with the best record in the regular season. That's my point.
I agree.
What do you say? Who's hot at the right time? Who's hot in the playoffs? That's really what it comes down to. You know, who's hot at that time?
And you're probably putting in
Edmonton's who's hot right now.
Florida's damn good, Morency, though. Like, you see the way they hit and finish and stuff like that. I think this
Florida
is
barely beat the Rangers, and the Rangers aren't. I wasn't impressed with that, bro. They scored like 2 goals and stuff.
Rangers were a good team. Rangers were a good team. Shesterkin and I mean, here in New York, they want to bury the Rangers. They want to bury them. I mean, they want Panarin to be gone, trade him, get rid of Trouba, got to get rid of him. Kako's got to go. I mean, the Ranger fans want to just dismantle this team. It's amazing. They lost in Game 6 of the conference finals.
Yep. Rangers, but to your point, Gabe, slow. Their foot speed of the defenseman was very obvious, and Florida, after a while, just beat them to pucks, and they beat the living crap out of them, and they just slowed them down and slowed them down and slowed them down. Well, Edmonton has a speed advantage compared to the team that they beat. They're faster than the Rangers. I would agree with that, but Florida's deep as hell. 4 of their lines are wicked. Their 4th line guys score goals, too. That's the whole thing. Anybody on that team at any time can score. Like, Verhaeghe's a monster. All their guys, and their defense is really, really good, too. They're healthy this year. Ekman-Larsson has been good. Bobrovsky is the question mark. No, that guy's wicked. Like, you see his goal, George, like, very underrated. That's what I like about this series. Bouchard has the best shot. Florida's got wicked D-men. Florida's very deep. Oilers have speed. They have the best player in the world. Bring it on. It could go 7
should be
for
fun.
sure.
Should be a lot of fun.
6. Yep.
I'm saying the Edmonton Oilers in 6. And do we have a price up for that? I think it's a pretty nice price, too. Let me see. Do you guys, I thought did you have that up on the screen earlier, potentially? See if you guys have that. No? All right. Let me get the exact series price numbers here. So you're saying the
Oilers in 6 was plus 400.
On my game, Oilers in 6 was plus 460.
Yeah, you're getting some pretty good numbers, like, for either team if you think it's going to go 6 or 7. Like I said, I think it's going to go at least 6. Listen, it wouldn't shock me if it went 5. One of the teams might get overwhelmed or someone gets hurt, whatever, but it's probably going to be 6. I would imagine it's 6. Let me get the exact numbers here, but I believe Edmonton. Look, they just won they beat Vancouver in 7. What did they beat LA in? They beat LA in, was it 6, 5, or 6? 5?
It wasn't 7.
It was 5.
I think it was 5. Yeah, 5? I think LA was toast.
5.
The Kings was pretty easy for them, actually. It wasn't. Yeah, I think it was 5.
That was a warm up.
Vancouver was 7. Then the last one was 6. I just like the 6 thing because this game 6 is at home. But this is another thing, actually, too. I actually legitimately believe this, that it's an advantage. It's an advantage to be on the road, just point blank. Teams are better on the road in the playoffs. The Edmonton Oilers are much, and they won a couple of games at home in this series here, but the Oilers are a really good road team. I saw it against the Canucks. I saw it against the Stars. These guys play really good on the road. And you got 4 cracks in Florida, hardly an intimidating place to play, good ice as well. And the Panthers boasting about your good ice. You guys might want to slush your ice up, actually, with the Oilers coming to town.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, like they were all like, "Oh, our ice is so good." Yeah, okay. Yeah, your ice is good. Yeah, Connor is gonna love that. He likes fast ice.
Yeah, you're right. Make it slushy.
That's like the slow baseball team. Just
We tell the Zamboni driver. There's a little more water out there. Let's flood it a little bit more there.
Put some ice picks in there. That's the thing. I know good ice is, and the ice in Edmonton's always good. They got the best ice guy in the business. So
ice in the
that
NHL,
ice is
right?
beautiful. Yep, best ice in the NHL. Yep.
Florida Panthers to sweep is 11-1. The Florida Panthers to win in 5 is plus 500. The Florida Panthers to win in 6 is plus 490. And the Florida Panthers to win in 7 is plus 410. As far as the Edmonton Oilers are concerned, the Oilers sweep is 14-1. Oilers in 5 plus 700. Edmonton Oilers in 6 plus 460. Edmonton Oilers in 7 plus 550.
Make both bets to plus money. You go 6 or 7, you're still laughing. I like those numbers.
You pick a team and pick 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do. 490, like, the numbers are great.
We'll get into the MVP on the other side, the Conn Smythe Trophy.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Pharrell coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from 3 on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live. Prime time.
We got not 1, but 2 coaches fired systems in place.
SportsRage
This
late
sort of
night.
has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. The Bostonian versus the Book.
That was Aaron Rodgers' thing. Took a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
It's a luxury pick. We don't have the luxury. We're trying to win right now. I'm in a window right now, and you're going to say, no, we're going to plan this for the future. With a guy who had 4 seasons ended by injury. 4. Like, Michael Penix is a walking injury. Like, what are you doing taking him in the top 10?
The Bostonian versus the Book.
And now you have to qualify, and these majors, you got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness, and I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. Level 2 continues. Mo Khan's going to step up and in Level 3. Canadian Grand Prix this week, actually. We had the Canadian Open in golf. Now it's the Formula 1 Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal this week. Beautiful weather expected, and always a massive party. One of the biggest parties in North America is F1 weekend in Montreal. I was there last year, not going this year. They'll go every year. You know, I'm from Montreal, so I used to go all the time to this race. I used to get a press pass for it and stuff, and I've been as a fan. I've been as a media member a lot. but I don't go every year. I don't go for a couple of years and I get the itch type of thing to go back. But didn't get the itch this year after going
long flight.
After going last year. Yeah, it's a long flight, and F1 is not a cheap event to go to. It's not like going to a Blue Jay game. Blue Jay game isn't cheap to go to, but F1 is tickets are like $700. Like Montreal is a little cheaper than everywhere else, but even there it's expensive. I think I paid like $900 last year for my ticket. Flights, hotels, tickets, drinks, betting. Like F1 is not a poor man's sport, I'll tell you that. But big week this week in Montreal, so that'll be off the hook. We'll have some picks for you later in the week. That's on Sunday, and of course we have to wait until Saturday for the Stanley Cup. But the NBA Finals start on Thursday. We're going to get into that with Mo Khan in Level 3. CFL football also starts on Thursday night. And for the record, I've got point spreads for you. Week 1 CFL starts on Thursday night. And we've got the Montreal Alouettes, who won the Grey Cup last year and beat the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. They have a season rematch. I don't really understand why it's in Winnipeg when Montreal won. They should be in Montreal. They're the champions. Like, that's like so West biased, the CFL. It's like, oh, no, screw Montreal. We'll make them go to Winnipeg.
Usually it's the East Coast, the CFL, it's the West Coast bias.
No, CFL's West Coast. There's always West Coast bias in the CFL.
For sure. And Winnipeg, you're right. Like, Montreal beat you. Like, they should be hosting the game. But
it's like the Super Bowl, like, rematch. They don't make the Chiefs play on the road the next. No, you host the season opener.
Agreed.
Like, so they're kind of copying the end. They don't always do this, like where they do the rematch of the championship game. It's a good idea. Should have been in Montreal, though. That's the only thing. Yeah. Montreal won. But nevertheless, the Alouettes are getting 6.5 points in this game. The total is 48 right now. That's on Thursday night. Friday, we have the Hamilton Tiger Cats are in Calgary. They're 1-point road favorites right now on the road. Total is 47.5 in that football game on Friday. On Saturday, we've got the Saskatchewan Roughriders are visiting the Edmonton Elks, and you want to talk about a big day in Edmonton, even though they're opening up the Stanley Cup, that the Oilers are the road team. They're playing on Saturday, and they moved up the start time. So our start time, guys, we see 4 p.m. here. I don't hold it against you guys, but we'll have to redo it. They moved the start time up due to the fact that the Oilers are playing in the Stanley Cup on Saturday night. So big party in Edmonton. They're kicking off at 2 o'clock, and then they're going to spill out onto the streets and watch the game on the street after at that big street party that they have in Edmonton on Saturday. The Edmonton Elks are 2.5-point road home favorites against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And then finally, Sunday night, BC Lions against the Toronto Argonauts. And the BC Lions are laying 5.5 points on the road. Out of all the point spreads in week 1 in the CFL, this was the one that surprised me the most. That BC were this big of favorites on the road. I was expecting BC -1, BC 1.5, maybe even a pick 'em. But there's a lot of disrespect for the Toronto Argonauts. They don't have their star quarterback in Chad Kelly. They lost their star running back. They actually lost a lot of players. Like they've lost like 8 to 10 guys from their championship run and their good run from the last 2 years. It seems like Argonaut management, they don't really draw even when they win. So I think they figured, you know what? We won and it was a nice little run, but we don't really ever make any extra money, so let's just like start over here again and not pay all these players. So everybody that was good left and got paid everywhere else. The quarterback, though, for the Argos doesn't suck. Cameron Dukes is good.
Cameron Dukes, I agree with you, Gabe.
The only question is the weapons that he has around him. I don't think BC should be 5.5-point favorites, but BC are a very public team with the CFL. Like, they're the team that Americans bet on and stuff. Like, they're always, like, it's been like 2 years in a row that the BC Lions are the bet on, trendy, the Lions. They're always big favorites, the Lions. Which is surprising because if you look at the futures, they're not favorites to win, And you can get an even better number than plus 490 for the BC Lions. But that is my preseason prediction. The BC Lions will win the Grey Cup this year.
I agree. I think the BC Lions will win. Winnipeg a 2-1 game. It's just, I know they're always there, but that's just a horrible number. And I agree with you with Dukes. I think he looked pretty good in the preseason. We'll have to see against real competition in the BC Lions, but I agree. That's point spread I thought would be BC 1.5, 2. The fact that it's 5.5 is crazy. I think Hamilton at almost a pick 'em can go into Calgary and win that game too. The Stampeders are lacking for talent. And I know it's tough to win on the road, but I like Hamilton.
And it's 7-0 right now. Checking in on the college baseball, 7-0 right now for UConn in the top of the 9th inning. Oklahoma do bat last, so they're going to get another crack at this thing. But our under 14.5 looking pretty good, and UConn are now laying 6.5 in this game. Top of the 9th inning, 2-2 Giants D-backs, and the Angels will put a run up. So it's 2-1 for the Halos right now. We got the under in that game. Let's try to end with some wins on the way out here. It'd be nice. We got another video, actually, some cool baseball being played. We'll hit this on the other side. It was like night golf, glow-in-the-dark baseball. Did you see that, Kurtz? They played baseball. They played baseball in the dark, point blank. Like, it was dark. They played baseball in the dark, and both teams had glow-in-the-dark uniforms, and the ball and the bat, everything was glow-in-the-dark. It's pretty cool.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Pharrell, coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from 3 on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live, prime time.
We got not one, but 2 coaches fired systems in place.
SportsRage late
sort
night.
of has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. The Bostonian versus the Book.
That was Aaron Rodgers' thing. Took your quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
It's a luxury pick. We don't have the luxury. We're trying to win right now. I'm in a window right now, and you're going to say, no, we're going to plan this for the future. With a guy who had 4 years, 4 seasons ended by injury. 4. Like, Michael Penix is a walking injury. Like, what are you doing taking him in the top 10?
The Bostonian versus the Book.
And now you have to qualify, and these majors, you got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness, and I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. So in the same note of saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
A lot of cool stuff went down this weekend in the world of sports. UFC, too, was lit on Saturday. It's always a crazy environment in the arenas now. But AAA baseball, minor league baseball, whatever, AA and all these teams, they have to figure out, like, ways to get people to come. And a lot of them are pretty creative and pretty cool, right? They've got great names and great logos and merch and all that type of stuff. But this is really cool. The Tri-City Chili Peppers, like I said, talking about good names. The Tri-City Chili Peppers, the Colonial Heights Collegiate Baseball team, made history on Saturday for hosting the first ever Cosmic Baseball game. It was the first ever official sanctioned game in the dark. It was a real baseball game played under black lights that made the team specifically designed UV reactive uniforms, balls, bats, and bases glow in the dark. It took them over a year to put together and coordinate. They said at first they didn't think they were going to be able to pull it off because it was going to be too expensive. It cost them $100,000 to do this because a company helped them out and figured out ways that they could kind of do it. It's at first the idea seemed too far expensive to execute, but Richmond, Virginia's Federated Lightning found a manufacturer to develop a single prototype black light. With installation expertise from JW Electric, the team managed to make the lighting happen with 18,500 watt black lights. It's a lot of lights. Of course, the Tri-City Peppers also needed special uniforms and equipment supplied by the annual manufacturers of Brentmore and Petersburg, per The Athletic. Really, 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 really cool stuff. The fans freaking loved it, and they're going to do it again later in the summer. There's our boy Howard Bender. Howard's a great guy, great fantasy football guy. When the mushrooms kick in the third inning, says Howard. If you're a fielder, you got to keep your head up.
Oh, big time. That's so cool. Oh, that's amazing.
No, well,
look, they won the game on that play and stuff. Yeah. You see the uniforms of the players?
Wow, that's
This
awesome.
is going to become a thing, actually. Like, someone's going to come up with an idea. Like, I just steal this right now. It'd be a good idea. Like, arena football. Just make it glow in the dark. Make it, you know what I mean? You come up with gimmicks if you're some of these other leagues. But it sort of goes to the future of technology. And what you can do in a modern era. And that's badass, like for just a collegiate baseball team to, come up with this. The next 3 games are sold out. There's a wait list to get in to the next Cosmic Baseball game. They're doing it June 15th, June 28th, and July 20th. All the games are already sold out, but you can add your name to a wait list. I guess if like somebody dies or something. But other than that, I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like,
it could be a different reason,
if it's sold out, like,
just be sick.
Somebody died.
They got sick or had to go into work that night instead. My God, they don't have to die.
That's why I was trying. I'm like, I don't know, a couple of people died on the wait list. How are you going to get in? But I guess there'll be a big scalper night. But yeah, Cosmic Baseball, that's some badass stuff right there. So Connecticut are about to hey, listen, Oklahoma do have runners on first and second right now, so they're not going down without a little bit of a fight. Let's end this game right now. Bottom of the 9th inning. There's no out, actually. So the Sooners do have runners on first and second with nobody out. And that's as far as the Major League Baseball board is done for the night, too. Right now. The Angels beat San Diego 2-1. Final score tonight. We cash our in-game that we gave you under 7.5 in this game. So be nice to end strong here. We hit that. We had a bad night in baseball tonight. I took the under in the Blue Jay game. I could have got a push. I lost by the stupid home run the Orioles hit in the 9th inning. You know the Toronto Blue Jays, guys? 25 consecutive games for the Toronto Blue Jays now without scoring a run in the first inning.
It's ridiculous.
That's almost impossible to do. And they only have 1 home run still from the cleanup spot this year. It's pretty crazy. Like you're at this time, like the 4-hole only has produced 1 home run, 25 games, man, without scoring a run in the first inning. Pathetic.
Brutal. It really is.